Siyabonga, singahlala phansi sonke, sibadedele, basinikeze i-item eyodwa yomculo before siqale. Thank you. ihlobo elikhulu bese awuhlala phansi. Siyabonga kakhulu. This is Ekwazini High School eMlazi. Sibonga kakhulu umculo omnandi kangaka. Let's sit down. Thank you very much. Council members, amakhosi asendunkulu akhona phakathi kwethu, siyakhuleka, siyabonga, sizizwa sihloniphekile kakhulu njengomasipala waseThekwini ngokuba khona kwethu kulo mcimbi omkhulu nobalulekile kangaka. Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Province uhlonishwa Mamnomusa Dube, siyabonga kakhulu ngokuba khona kwakho. O-NEC besifundazwe sakithi abakhona phakathi kwethu, amalungu asishayamithetho asuka esigabeni sikazwelonke nasuka esifundazweni, umphathi dolobha, city manager, na wonke ama-officials omkhandlu weTheku, members of the media, nawo bonke abahlonishwa, amalungu omphakathi wonke waseThekwini, nalabo abangasiyo ingxenye yalo mcimbi who are following us through live streaming. Siyanibukela, siyabonga kakhulu ngokuba khona kwenu. On behalf of the eThekwini municipality, I would like to extend a sincere appreciation to you all for gracing this event, the stage of the city address, to be presented by His Worship, the Mayor, Councillor Mxolisi Kaunda. We are very mindful of the fact that this event would have been a success without your presence. We appreciate mostly the presence of the members of the community who are a key stakeholder of the government, and in particular, the local government sphere. What a responsible citizen that you are for taking the opportunity to come and hear the plans being made by the city for your respective communities. As a state sphere of government, this is local government. The address is presented culminating from the State of the Nation address, SONA, by His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa, to the state and the province address, SOPA, by Mhlonishwa Dunankulu, Wagichi Mamnomusa Dube, and now at a local level, by His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Mxolisi Kaunda. This is the opportunity for government to its economic and social status. highlighting achievements, challenges, and plans to address those shortcomings of government in line with the respective legislated mandates. We are proud to be a resilient city. We are still standing strong even following the terrible disasters which beheaded the city in recent times. Appreciation goes to all political parties which form the eThekwini Municipal Council for working as a team to overcome all challenges. This presentation by His Worship the Mayor could have come at an opportune time. At the Council, we are finalizing the statutory process toward approving the 2023-2024 budget, which is the vehicle used for the betterment of our communities. Council members, please note to grace this event, we have learners from Ekwazini High School from Umlazi who have rendered some musical item. On behalf of the council, I'd like to extend an appreciation to the principal of the school, to the teachers, and the entire community of Ekwazini High School from Umlazi. Siyabonga kakhulu. Council members, to note that as resolved in the Speakers and Party Whips meeting that was held on the 24th of April on Monday, that the Mayor's presentation will not be debated in this gathering today. However, political parties will be afforded or offered an opportunity for debate at the next council meeting scheduled to take place on the 31st of May 2023 as part of the 2023-2024 budget debates. With those few remarks in welcoming all of you, I would like to invite His Worship, the Mayor, Councillor Mxolisi Kaunda, to come and present the state of the city address. I see there are councillors who are raising hands. Let me recognize those hands and hear what are the issues. Councillor Mchekwa, number 1. Councillor Kosi, number 2. Councillor Mchekwa, number 3. Thank you.
Thank you and good morning, Mr. Speaker. Good morning, colleagues, municipal officials, and most importantly, good morning to our guest, the important stakeholder in this council, being members of the public. Mr. Speaker, I've just reported in this council that the address by the Mayor on the state of the city will not be debated in this sitting, but it will be debated during the Council of May. Obviously, you would recall that the Democratic Alliance, through our whip, Councillor Mkhize, has registered our objection to that decision. We would want to know here as to what informed that decision. Why would you mix two separate items? Because the tabling of the budget is completely different to the state of the city. If the state of the city is going to be delivered today by the Mayor, surely it makes sense, Mr. Speaker, that we debate in the interest of transparency and balanced reporting in the interest of the public. We are able to debate the state of the city today because we cannot be expected to debate during the tabling of the budget, because as I said, those are two separate items. Therefore, we want to register here and put it on record that as the DA, we want you to reconsider. We implore you to make sure that today we are able, after the mayor has delivered his State of the City address, we are able to respond, react, and debate the State of the City. As the DA, that is our position that we want you, Mr. Speaker, to consider. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nyambose. Councillor Nkosi.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Greetings to our guest. Let me recognize the Speaker of the Legislature and MPLs, leaders of different political parties, all the stakeholders that are present here. Honourable Speaker, let me remind you that your committee, the Whips Committee, is a small committee, cannot just take decisions that will able to convince everyone that we can't debate the state of the city today. I'm saying that, Mr. Speaker.
There's a point of order.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think a colleague is misleading here. When we are talking about the Whips Committee, it is a statutory body that has been taking decisions in this council, which its mandate has never been questioned. And I don't understand it why now. And also, Speaker, our understanding is that now we are going to allow His Worship the Mayor to talk to the people of eThekwini. We are not in the meeting. After this sitting, we are going to the council meeting.
But
so
Speaker, this is no longer a point of order.
He's
addressing us now.
Thank you.
This is no longer a point of order.
Thank you. Order. Your point of order is sustained. Proceed, Councillor Ndu.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I understand her problem. She does not understand what is a caucus because she's the only councillor from her political party.
You don't understand the proceedings.
Order.
Let me proceed. Let me proceed.
Order.
Yeah, no, I understand her problem.
Councillor Nkosi, proceed.
You know, Honourable Speaker, I can go to ESCO meeting and take a decision. Then I have to revert back to a caucus. A caucus decision.
Councillor Nkosi.
Okay, I'll take a let me continue.
No, I see a hand from Councillor Mkhize. Mkhize, what is happening?
No, Speaker, it's not a point of order, but I would like you to also...
No, keep quiet. Nkosi.
Honourable Speaker, I don't think that it's a right language to address a councillor like that, to say, keep quiet.
Yeah.
We respect you, Honourable Speaker. And you must remember that there is your senior speaker here. So if you conduct yourself in that manner, I think it will reflect to you very bad. Let me proceed, Honourable Speaker. Here today, we have all the stakeholders. That requires to listen to everyone that is here. We were voted by all these people that are here. So we can't sit here and listen to one side of the story and then we come back in May. That cannot be allowed by IFP. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Mwango.
Ngibonga somlomo ngibingelele amakhansela ngibingelele ivakashi kanye namalungu esishayamithetho akhona nosomlomo esishayamithetho noma ngambonanga nje kodwa ngizwa kuthiwa ukhona. Honourable Speaker, you just said yourself. You said State of the City culminate from SONA and SOPA. And the State of the Nation get debated. State of the Province get debated. And it's outside the budget. So what you are proposing or what you say was agreed by the WIPARI is that during the budget, we will then debate State of the City. As Action SA, we can't agree to that. We believe we should have a debate on a State of the City. There is no way, Speaker, we can allow that you can have a State of the City one-sided, because today you are saying we must only sit here and listen to the mayor without challenging the content of what's going to say today. We can't agree with that. So we appeal to you, Honorable Speaker, to review that decision and consider having a debate on a state of the city. The mayor can sing, we can listen, but he can't just speak and then listen, we're not arguing what he's saying. We must debate, and we believe we have a right as councillors to interrogate whatever the mayor will say in this house. So we're appealing to you, Speaker, to reconsider, because we can't really sit here and listen to the mayor without debating what he's going to say today.
Thank you. Councillor, Whip of Council, then Madlala.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, sifisa ukwenza le submission. Ukuthi sidedele uMayor deliver a state of the city address. Thereafter, siqale a full council. Then we'll let councillor in the full council to discuss a state of the city address.
Thank you. Councillor Madlala.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I'm fully covered by the Whip of Council. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me respond
Speaker.
to the questions and submissions made. I've taken hands now. I have to respond.
Speaker,
No. Councillor Yoki.
Chair, sorry, you've not been looking on this side. Maybe my desk is too much this way. But we've had two cards up here in the DA's front row, and
Unfortunately, I can't hear you. Can you please come close to the mic?
you've not acknowledged our hands, and our hands have been up for a while, Speaker. It's Councillor Mkize and myself. Chair, be that as it may, there are 2 points that I want to raise. The one is that you've not retracted or withdrawn the comments that you made to Councillor Mkize, which were out of order, asking him to keep quiet. And the second thing we've not heard from you are compelling reasons as to why we cannot debate this. You've not given us legal reasons, common sense reasons, or any other reason why this cannot be debated right now. Okay. The only inference we can draw from this is that you want to protect whatever utterances are going to be made by the ruling party from the gallery, because you know the opposition party is going to tear into that. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me respond, councillors. Firstly, I withdraw what the utterances I made to Councillor Mkize, and I apologize to Councillor Mkize and to council. Thank you. Councillors, the reason why the whips and speakers committee resolved to have the state of the city presented today, but allow parties to debate at the end of May, is because today, soon after the mayor has finished to address, we are starting the council meeting. Then if the committee have allowed political parties to debate the state of the city address, that would have made the council meeting to start very late in the afternoon or in the evening. That is the reason why we said we want to give political parties sufficient time to respond to the mayor's presentation. We even agreed in that meeting that political parties, in terms of the minutes allocated to different parties, but on the day of the debate, the committee will review time allocated and agree on sufficient time where all parties will have sufficient time to debate or to respond to the state of the city address. That is the reason, councillors and the members of the public, why the committee decided to do that. But I hear the submissions made by political parties. I'm sure if maybe the concern is to have the debate on the day where the budget will be presented, I'm sure the committee will look at that and consider submissions and requests from political parties and come up with an alternative or a compromise or a better way where the budget won't be combined with the debate of the State of the City address. There's no other reason except that the committee felt that it would be necessary
Speaker.
to allow the mayor today, and then end of May we debate because we have no time. We have to start council late. Let me invite the mayor to come and present the State of the City address. Mayor, come forward.
No, Speaker, point of order.
Mayor,
Speaker, point of order,
No,
Speaker.
Speaker. Speaker.
there are hands.
Speaker.
Again, there are hands. Councillor Pili,
Speaker, my hand was up here first.
Councillor Ben, Councillor Mkize. Raise your board, please. Councillor Mvubu, Councillor Nkosi. After Nkosi, I can see the board, and then Councillor Mngango, Councillor Ntuli with the last. Those are the last set of hands.
Speaker.
No, completely.
My hands are raised.
You see, you raise hands. I noted everyone. Now you raise hands after.
No, Speaker.
Ben, then
Speaker.
Then Ben.
Speaker.
Councillor, no, I'm sorry, back there, sorry, apologies.
Speaker. 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 Councillor. Speaker, Councillor Iso.
Yes, Councillor back there, Councillor Madlala. I'm sure I've noted all the hands. Eh?
No, Speaker.
Yeah, there is it's Councillor Isop.
Yes,
Councillor,
have you noted my hand?
In that order, councillors.
Thank you, Speaker. Good morning to you and good morning to
This
the
camera
colleagues
needs to move because
and
we
the
can't see us
public
with the lights.
and the residents of Etegwini. Speaker, I think there is a very fundamental point which is being made by the DA here, is that the mayor is going to present a state of the city address to this public, to the residents, to the ratepayers. And what we are asking, Speaker, is that we be given an opportunity to also state what we think the state of the city is. Speaker, I think it is only dictators and emperors who speak and no one else speak after that. So it's setting a completely wrong precedent to allow the mayor and his political party to speak unopposed or unchallenged, because what he's going to say, obviously, is challengeable. He's going to paint a rosy picture of what the state of the city is, and I think, Speaker, it is only correct for you to consider that we do have a debate, either in the next 7 days or immediately after he speaks, because that will give us an opportunity to be able to also state what we think is the state of the city is. I think, Speaker, you need to seriously consider that. And I don't think it would be fair for all the political parties here, for the public that's here, because they all have different views on what the state of the city is. And they deserve to know exactly the state of the city. And it can only come from a different number of people who are representing them here, and not just one person. So I, again, speak on behalf of the Democratic Alliance. I sincerely plead with you that you reconsider and you do what is permissible in a democratic state, which is to give people ithuba elilinganayo ukuthi bakhulume. Siyabonga.
Councillor Peck? Yes.
Ja, baie dankie voorsitter. Ek wil saamstem met my kollegas dat dit baie onregverdig sal wees as die burgemeester vandag sy rede gee en ons eers 30 dae daarna die geleentheid kan kry.
Apologies, Councillor Peck. Please, technical team who are managing the sound system, I'm getting a message that there's a problem with the sound that side. Abantu abezwa kahle ukuthi ikhuluma usithini. Let's make sure ukuthi everyone everyone uyenza ukuthi T1.
Ngafuna isiZulu.
Asilungise sound ukuze bonke abantu bezwe. Apologies better. Proceed.
Dankie voorsitter. Om voor te gaan, ek stem saam met my kollegas. Ons kan nie vandag hier sit en luister na die burgemeester wat vir ons die rede gaan gee en dan kan ons eers 30 dae later die geleentheid kry om daar 'n repliek te lewer nie. Dit is heeltemal onregverdig. Binne 30 dae kan baie dinge verander en ons moet die geleentheid ons verteenwoordig.
Order. Asimqakela akhulume. Umsindo,
Since when we
ongabikho
talking
umsindo.
Afrikaans now?
Councillor Beck, proceed.
Ons verteenwoordig die mense van hierdie stad. Hulle het ons ingestem om namens hulle te kom praat. Die burgemeester het die reg of die voorreg om dan vandag vir ons sy beweegrede te gee. Maar enerzijds moet ons die geleentheid gegee word om repliek te lewer. En
There's a point of order.
Speaker.
There's a point of order.
Point of order, Speaker.
Study translation, last speak.
Point of order, Nkumeni.
Translation.
Translation, Speaker. We are trying to use this and no one is translating. Now Berchte is talking to himself.
Okay. Councillor Beck, proceed.
Dankie spreker. Ongelukkig is ek nie in beheer van die vertaling nie. Ons het dit altyd gehad. Hoekom dit weggeval het, dit sal ek nie kan sê nie. Maar weer om terug te kom, ek glo nie 30 dae gaan vir ons die geleentheid gee om 'n sinvolle repliek te lewer nie. Die mense daar buite wil graag vandag hoor en vir ons die geleentheid gee sodat ons kan bevraagteken dit wat vandag vir ons op tafel gelê sal word.
Before I take the point of order, councillors, we have to be mindful of time. As I give you opportunity to engage me on the submission I've made, make sure that you consider time. If I give you an opportunity to talk, please try to be brief and to the point so that we allow other councillors to speak and we close this matter and proceed. Because already all of you are repeating what has been said by the previous speakers. And the speaker has responded already. And I've said, I hear your submission. For sure, the committee will consider your submissions as political parties. Now, if you want to repeat what has been said already, please, I'm reminding you that while we are doing that, please be considerate of time. Better proceed.
There was a point of order.
Sorry, Better, Komeni.
Ke a leboha ntate Speaker. Ke re a ke hopotse ntate o bolelang kwana gore ha ona le motho o tolegang sekgowa se a se bolelang so that motho kaofela o teng mona a kgone ho tseba gore o reng ntate eo. Ha sena le motho o buang kwana.
That is the responsibility of the city.
We need to make sure that there is a translator. That is why I'm speaking Sesotho now.
Yeah, thank you.
Boa.
I'm not sure whether an arrangement to have our translator in this meeting has been made or it has only been made for council meeting 2. Sitting here, I can't confirm that Councillor Nkomeni, but if maybe there are no translators, maybe there are other reasons technical that I'm not being informed with, but let's proceed because we have to start, colleagues.
Dankie voorsitter. Ek wil graag tot 'n einde kom en tot 'n punt. Die rede waarvoor ek vra, jy het aangedui dat ons sydens die begrotingsrede sal 'n addisionele tyd beskikbaar gestel word om dan ook hierdie te debatteer. Mense kan nie verstaan nie, die begrotingsrede is al reeds 'n lang uitgerekte proses en dit wil voorkom of ons die twee aangeleenthede met mekaar vermeng. En daar is behoort geen rede te wees dat hierdie raad nie kan sit en hierdie kan debatteer vandag terwyl dit vars in almal se geheue is nie. In plaas van 30 dae van nou nie. Voorsitter is baie ek moet vra tot die skerming. Dit is my reg om u aan te spreek in my taal. Maar dit wil voorkom die mense wil nie
Die man
luister
kap die
nie
hol.
en daar is nie voorsiening gemaak vir vertaling nie. Dis iets wat nogal redelik gereeld binne hierdie munisipaliteit gebeur, dat mense nie die geleentheid het om vertaling te hê nie. Dit is al van tevore gevra, maar duidelik was daar nie aandag gegee nie.
Die hond
Die
het
DA
been kap
vra
by die
dat
man.
dit heroorweeg word, dat ons hierdie debat vandag hou en nie 30 dae van nou nie. Baie dankie, voorsitter.
Thank you. Nyambosa. Nyambosa. Then in that order, after Mthetho Ben, Kize, then we move to Councillor Mvubu.
Mr. Speaker,
Order, let's listen to Councillor Mthetho.
ek verstaan nie wat Councillor Bette het gesê nie.
Uthini umlungu? Wenze njani? Uqishela wayi wena.
Kwavuka ukuba umathomlungu.
You South African gecished.
Order, councillors. Yes. Councillor Mthetho, you're on the floor.
Ek kan nie glo.
Kwavuka ukuba umathomlungu.
Anyway, before I say what I had raised my hand to say, Mr. Speaker, may I request, because I might repeat what my colleague had said, can you have interpretation, please, on what he had said, and what Ngomeni said, because angitsibanga ukuthi ubebuwa ngani.
Speaker,
Councillor Ben. Order. Order. Councillor Ben.
Somlomo.
Thank you,
Speaker.
Can I continue, Mr. Speaker, or are you going to take that point? I'll continue. Mr. Speaker, I have 2 points to make. The first one is a question, the second one is a suggestion. The question is, you said that this was discussed at the Speakers Committee. Was a vote taken at the Speakers Committee, or do you just impose it unilaterally yourself? Did you actually give the other members of your committee the opportunity to vote on this proposal, which you seem to be imposing on us? So that's my question. Was it put to the vote at the Speakers Committee? The second point I want to make is a suggestion. You've allocated in today's timetable an hour and a half for the Mayor to address us. Ask him to cut his address down to 1 hour and give 30 minutes for debate from other parties. It's really quite simple. The only grounds you've given thus far is issues of time. Well, ask the Mayor to shed 30 minutes of his speaking time and allow other parties 30 minutes to respond. It's really quite simple. And I'd be glad to hear your answer on whether you put the issue to the vote.
Thank you. Kize.
Ngiyabonga Somlomo. Angiyeke kwakithi. No Somlomo okwethu bekukuzama ukulekelela Somlomo ekutheni
Lekelela njengoba.
uma ngabe ohlanganwa ngoMeyi.
Order, councillors, order.
Uma ngabe Somlomo sothi umhlangano ngoMeyi i-debate noma inkulumo mpikiswana namhlanje ayibe ngoMeyi. Sinokukhathazeka ukuthi ama-questions and notices of motion also ayoba nendima ayoyidlala ngalolu suku. Uma ngabe namhlanje na last month speaker ayengekho ama-questions as per the council rules of 27. Maningi kamathuba ukuthi nangoMeyi siphinde futhi sibe nesimo esifanayo. Yingakho bese nombono ukuthi Somlomo namhlanje asi debate ukuze ngoMeyi kube i-budget ngoba nayo iba nesikhathi sayo bese kube ordinary council. Ngiyabuka ke Somlomo kuzwa ama-questions, i-debate, i-budget, i-ordinary council meeting siyoba nenkinga Somlomo bese lapho nje se-Democratic Alliance. Siyabonga baba.
Siyabonga Khabazela. Councillor Mvubu.
No, thanks, Speaker. Okwethu bekuwukuthi njengeqembu le-EFF asimdedele uMayor deliver i-States of the City address, and then emva kwalokho ke bese sinikezwa ithuba lokuthi silidebate ngelinye ilanga. Ngoba uma ngabe inhloso kuwukuthi si-debate sibe ne-contribution esoyenza, asikwazi ukuthi nje ekhuluma manje mhlambe mengingaphosisa inkulumo yakhe izoba ngaphezulu kwamapheji amathathu noma amane. Engeke sikwazi ukuthi eseqeda nje sesiyakwazi ukuthi singena kuyona siyi-debate. Ku-Whips Committee njengoba benihlalile nibonisanile namaqembu ahlukahlukene ukuthi ku-propose one. So mhlambe singakucela ukuthi ke amaqembu lana avumelane ukuthi siphume sizwi elilodwa ukuze sikwazi ukuthi siqhubekele phambili. Siyabonga.
Siyabonga Councillor Nkosi.
Siyabonga Somlomo ake ngizolana nabantu bakithi abathi abezwa sikhuluma isilungu. Somlomo ake ngisho lokhu ukuthi angazi ukuthi yini le enisabayo ukukhuluma kukhona bonke abantu. Bese sibuza imibuzo siniphikise la kufanele siniphikise khona sivumelane nani la kufanele sivumelane khona. Bonke ke abantu abafanelekile bebe kulomhlangano bakhona. Kodwa ngoba nakho najwayela ama political robot aprogramwayo ukuthi ayokhuluma ngelinye ilanga nifuna sihlale la singasho lutho thina ke njenge IFP ngesihlaleke kulomhlangano silalela umeya asho konke afuna ukusho singakwazi ukukhuluma thina izinto ekufanele sizikhuluma. Ngiyabonga.
Siyabonga Councillor Nkosi. Councillor the next.
Thank you, Speaker. It's Councillor Said. Speaker, I take you back to the 24th, wherein we had our Speakers Committee meeting. And let me remind you that I questioned the issue of quorum in that meeting, wherein there were many councillors and there was much confusion around the link for that meeting. Speaker, it also to note that in that meeting, you only addressed us on the issue of the venue change, right? And then you told us what it is that's going to happen in terms of how these proceedings are going to continue. But there was no deliberation on exactly whether we will deliberate on it, nor was there any discussion around the issue of time that's going to be given to us in the meeting of May. So please, Speaker, I plead with you, even if we allow this to happen in a half-hour session within the full council meeting, wherein we debate the issue of the State of the City address. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Isop. Councillor Mngango, then Councillor Isop, then I will come this side to Councillor Madlala.
Ngibonga Somlomo. Somlomo mhlambe kumele silaphane ngento ezosisiza la. One Somlomo uMay ukuthi kakhulu. Ngicabanga ukuthi mhlambe singavumelana ukuthi kwakhiwe isikhathi se-debate kodwa leka May ikuthi kakhulu and uyazi nawe ukuthi leyo meeting leyo kuzobe kune budget and ngeke sikwazi ukwenza i-justice ku-debate i-state of the city. Nanokuthi ke khona into eshow Councillor Warren Ben ngokuthi ama-whips yini avumane ngayo ngoba Somlomo iqala lapha inkinga. As Action SA i-report itholile thina ukuthi abavumelananga. Now kune confusion ke ukuthi le resolution okhuluma ngayo ye-whips committee uyithatha phi wena Somlomo? Uma ikhona ungakwazi ukunikeza ama-minutes ayo nokuthi kuvote kanjani whether a majority was in agreement or not, because we're getting a report ahlukene as caucuses. Mhlawumbe ukuya phambili Somlomo kungasiza ukuthi njengamanje before umeya khuluma kungasiza ukuthi ubize ama-whips ke nixoxe indaba le nivumelane ngento eyodwa ngoba ngesikwazi ukuqhubeka nenkulumo kameya singavumelani as council. Uyazi nje uzwa ama-caucus basikhumule ehlukene engafani. Sikhumule understand ukuthi kwenzakale kanjani isinqumo sithathe izoba ngoMay debate. Ngiyacela nje ukuthi kungabe isinqumo sakho nje obuhleli lapho Somlomo uphume nje ubiza ama-whips nixoxe le ndaba le bese nibuya kuthina nikhuluma ngezwe elilodwa kodwa sikubeke nje ukuthi cha uMay ukuthi kakhulu mhlawumbe ngaba ukuthi uma uthola usuku alube seduzane oluzobe nje luzokhuluma ngale nkulumo le ekhulunywa umeya. Nanokuthi nje lastly Somlomo angazi noma mina le nkulumo kameya kuya ngonyaka la khona nivuka umoya ngoba ngizwe kweminye iminyaka where is provided kukuphi la umthetho othi khona kufanele ube ne-state of the city uma ukhona ukuphi ngicela i-legal opinion mhlawumbe umuntu walegal asichazele ukuthi where is it provided ukuthi kumele ube ne-state of the city mhlawumbe uzosikhanda lokho ngoba mhlawumbe ne-guidance izobe ikhona kuleyo document leyo ngoba ubuyizwe ngeminye iminyaka ngeminyaka ungayizwa manje awazi noma iba khona uma kuzama election noma ihlala ikhona every year kunedideka lapho mhlawumbe ngacela nje ukuthi sithole i-opinion ka-legal laphana.
Thank you.
Next week.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, the ACDP wants to remind you and the House and all the members that are present that in 2021, The residents of eThekwini have spoken where there is no outright majority. And so as we gather here today to listen to the mayor give the state of the city, we as opposition parties are also have a right and an obligation to represent our constituency, to debate and to tell them the facts and to tell them the truth of what is the current state of the city. And so we humbly appeal as the ACDP that you reconsider your decision taken. And if you don't want us to debate, then do what national government does. There's a 1-week period where they reconvene the House so that we are able to debate the state of the city address. So reconsider your decision and take into consideration that all political parties that are present here today represent a constituency and they contribute to the development of the city. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Tuli Den Madlala.
Sibonge somlomo sikubingelele sibingelele umeya na yonke iexecutive baba usompisi na yonke administration councillors nomphakathi wakithi okanye nathi hlamba ngiqale ngokusho ukuthi asixolise kubantu bakithi ukuthi balibefikile bezolalela ukukhuluma kukameya bese siqala siba nento yokuthi sipoliticize lonto ingakenzeki nokwenzeka ngoba uhulumeni owodwa not so long ago president of the country was addressing waqeda there was a day that was set for a debate same as we province nala emkhandlwini last time I check basic executive ke salikhuluma lo daba ngoba I'm part of the executive. Now ke into engiyibukayo ngoba mawulalela uchief whip weANC whip of council usicelile ukuthi senze nento eabnormal which is a compromise. Wathi ucela ukuthi at least kokungcono asithi masibuya sesingena ordinary council bese sikwazi ukuthi sixoxe. Vele council yethu is open to public not only now. Yonke nje izifike egcineni umphakathi usibona mangabe sikhuluma. That's why sometimes abantu bakwazi ukusizwa. Now ke umbono umuntu ana ukuthi asingayiqala into entsha namhlanje. Asistike entweni ethi ukukhuluma kwama speakers. Sihlala kule compromise ecelwe whip of council. Uma leyo ama council ayibone ngathi sikude kakhulu. Asenze nathi sithole ithuba ngoba nathi as a party siyakwazi ukuthi makuzo debate afanele sikwazi ukudebate but we prepare ourselves. Asivele singene debate nje.
Speaker.
Abanga ukuthi lo zinto bengithi ke angizikhulume ngoba ngiyabona speaker ukuthi
Councillor Ncwango.
Point of order Speaker ukuthi ukansela akwazi athi I-compromise as if senzele favor singamakhansela. It can't be a compromise. He must withdraw a statement to say they are compromising as if they are doing a favor for us councillors. We have a right to raise our issues here. So when we say there must be debate, we have a right to say so. That is why I was asking for a legal opinion whether is this provided or not. But to say it's a compromise as if basically favored Tina, no, we can't accept that.
Yeah, Councillor Mncwango, Untuli is on the floor. He's still making his point. Let's allow him to finish his point. Then the speaker will respond to all the issues. As you conclude, Councillor Untuli.
ngicela nokuxolisa speaker ukuthi ngikhulume isilungu kubeni isintu kungene nesilungu ikona hlamba abanye bethu bedideka into engikholelwa kuyona ukuthi asingabi nento entsha namhlanje lemkhandlweni kade sasiba nesikhathi la debate khona asenze ukujwayelekile yiloko bengifuna ngicela ngiyabonga
Siyabonga Councillor Madlala, the last.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to remind this meeting that there are already more than one motions that have been tabled in this meeting dealing with this matter. The first motion, which Councillor Ntuli is calling a compromise, was tabled by the Whip of Council, saying that since the planning was that there's going to be the state of the city address and it ends there, there's no debating today. And the parties are saying, let's debate the state of the city address today and right now. Then she's coming with a middle ground That is the definition of a compromise. A compromise is not a favor, it's a position in between. That was a position in between that says, seeing that, let us then, what if we allow the mayor to continue do the State of the City address, then adjourn as we were meant to adjourn immediately after that, and then start the ordinary council meeting, and then put the item on the agenda of that meeting, which is today in this same venue, and is open to everyone that is seated here, and then allow the debate of the State of the City address to take place today in this venue in the afternoon meeting. That is a compromise for me, because it then takes on board what the parties were saying, which we were not prepared for, but it also takes us on board, the parties that were not prepared for the debate, because then we can use the break in between to allocate speakers and to prepare our debate, our responses and debate notes to the mayor's address. That is a compromise. But secondly, the second motion was raised by Councillor Billy of the DA, wherein he said they'd want this to happen, but if it is not possible for it to happen today, the Speaker must commit that within 7 days of the council, of this council, then another meeting can be called, because May is too far, to use his words. Now that's a second motion, which I think to an extent Councillor Mwango also went towards it. So we have three motions here. We have, in fact, we have what was meant to be, which was that the mayor is going to table the State of the City address, and that's it. We have what the Whip of Council proposed, which is that we take the debate in the afternoon meeting. We have the third one, which says within 7 days. And as the ANC, we are amenable to the two, parties permitting. That is our submission, Speaker.
Yeah, thank you very much, Councillor Madlala. Councillor, zangiqale ngale yokutolika. Uma sihlelela lo mhlangano we State of the City address, bese ngahlelile ukuthi kuzoba khona inkulumo mpikiswano or i-debate. Sangayi provide a facility for this meeting. He provided for 2 o'clock. Ngoba besazi ukuthi uzokhuluma umeya sihlukane sibuye singene kwi-council meeting. I have to apologize for that ukuthi ngabikho i-translation facility kule meeting yokuqala. But okwesibili, councillors, i-meeting yo-whip ne-speakers committee, we don't impose decision as vote foot, but we convince one another. There's always consensus. Is a form of agreeing or taking a resolution. Resolution are not only taken through a vote in a meeting. You can have a consensus. While there are people with a different opinion or views, but to agree that that's what will happen. Now in our meeting, that what happened, there was a decision or a consensus that was taken by political parties. But on the submission that we have made, I said earlier, I hear your submission and I understand the committee will consider all the submissions made. But for the sake of progress, let's agree, councillors, that the State of the City address will be debated at a council meeting at 2 today. That will allow political parties during the break to have caucuses, look at the State of the City address, prepare speakers who will debate, while political parties are having caucuses. I will convene an urgent meeting of the Speaker and Whip's committee so that we agree on how to manage that part. Before 2 o'clock, we will meet and agree on how to manage that part, then at 2 o'clock, the Speaker will address Council on how debate will be managed. That is a decision I therefore rule. Speaker, Mayor, come forward.
Somlo. Somlo.
Councillor Kwala.
Ngale nhlonipho lenkulu Somlomo. Siyacela ukuthi iANC iconsider lento ukuthi ayiseyona outright majority. Sine delay isikhathi ngenxa yokuthi nine tendency yokuthi ni outright majority of which akusekhona. Ajustan ziyakhala manje.
Speaker,
Mvobo, Councillor Mvobo.
ukhuluma ke
Mayor, can you please? Councillor Mvobo.
Siyabonga Speaker. I-ruling yakho hayi asizwe fair. Sicela
Order, order.
Order, Speaker. Order, Speaker. Speaker.
Councillor Mvobo.
Speaker.
Mvobo is on the floor. Let's allow Mvobo to speak. Councillors.
They can't.
I don't know now what is an issue because I have allowed you to say to debate the presentation today too. That's what you have been advocating. Now I want us to move so that we have sufficient time to debate in the second session. Everyone will be here at 2 o'clock while we are facing this out. Councillor Mvobo, let's move with speed.
No Speaker, bengithi i-ruling yakho yokuthi debates ayenzeke manje ngoba khona ade bevele befisa ukuthi kwenzeke manje beprepareile akukho fair kwamanye amaqembu asiphiki ukuthi inkulumo kaMeya kufanele i-debate ngoba vele usuke engakhunta azoyiraise ngoba sikakasibona nokusibona i-state of the city address so sikubona ku-unfair ngoba 2 i-state of the city address izokwenzeka manje sizobe sesithathe phika isikhathi sokuthi sikwazi ukuthi inkulumo yakhe siyi-engage siyi-debate kahle unless-ke sifuna ukuzikhulumela nje bengivumelana nokhansela uMncwango namanye ama-councillors athi ake sikhulume indaba ukuthi uma ngabe kuthiwa ayidebatwa namhlanje and kuthiwa i-next council meeting elandelayo ikude asivumelane sithole isikhathi yinini la singakwazi ukuthi
Point of order. I will take your hand. I've said earlier.
Point of order.
No, I will take your order. I said, soon after the address by the mayor, we are going to break. In that break, I am going to allocate time to political parties to have caucuses. By that time, I will convene the meeting of the whips to discuss how we are going to manage the process that will happen in the afternoon. That's what was my summary and my ruling. I think, councillors, that is fair in all the submission that has been made here. I've listened carefully to all what you have made. I think my summary and my ruling is fair and I stand with that decision. Councillor Mcheto, then Mayor, you'll come forward.
I'm covered by you. Your ruling is final. Councillor Mvobo must live with that.
Thank you. But Mayor, His Worship, come forward.
kahle mthetho hawu siphoxa phambi kwenganze isikole
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Baba Somlomo, sibonge kakhulu ithuba esilitholayo. Siphinde futhi sibingelele sikhuleke kumakhosi asendlunkulu. Akhona namhlanje kulomcimbi wethu omkhulu kangaka. The Speaker of KwaZulu-Natal Legislature, Honorable Ntembeko Boyce, and all members of Parliament and MPLs present, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Deputy Mayor of our municipality, Councillor Zandile Myeni, our whip of the council, Councillor Shange, the leadership of the African National Congress and all other political parties present, former mayors and office bearers and former office bearers of eThekwini Municipality, chairpersons of committees in the executive committee, ESCO members of our council, honorable councillors, city manager and senior management of our municipality, business chambers and captains of industry, chairpersons and CEOs of government entities and our own entities, ICC and Ushaga Marine. Distinguished guests, members of the media, umphakathi okuyiwona osiholelayo njalo ngenyanga ukuthi senze umsebenzi wethu ofike ngobuningi bawo namhlanje siyawubingelela. Ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Good morning, Sanbonan. It is a great honor and privilege to deliver this State of the City address on the eve of the historic day in our calendar. The 27th of April 1994 ushered in our democratic breakthrough in South Africa, ending decades of colonial minority apartheid rule, which had excluded millions of people from participating in their affairs of their country of birth. This heralded a new era of building a better life for all. Sihlangene kahle namhlanje ngoba kusasa sizobe sibungaza sigubha usuku lwenkululeko yezwe lakithi esaziyo sonke ukuthi saba nombuso wentandweningi owakwazi ukuthi beyiwona ophatha iningizimu Afrika u1994 kakhulukazi waqeda ke umbuso wabacindezeli, umbuso owasicindezela ngobandlululo olwenza ukuthi abantu abaningi balelizwe begcine bengayona ingxenye ukuthi bethathe inqumo ngempilo yabo nokuthi nenhlalakahle yabo kulelizwe lakithi. This month is also significant as we commemorate our brave and fearless leaders, such as former SACP General Secretary Comrade Chris Hani, who was also a commander of Umkhonto weSizwe and MK combatant, Comrade Solomon Kalush Mahlangu, who sacrificed their lives for liberation struggle. Like the great Thomas Sankara once said, and I quote, "While revolutionaries as individuals can be murdered, you cannot kill their ideas," I close quote. In this regard, Honorable Speaker, I want to make it clear that radical socio-economic transformation will not be postponed. It is for this reason that today we'll be tabling bold and decisive plans to address the economic fault lines that Comrade Hani and Comrade Mahlangu fearlessly opposed. Sizizwa sinentokozo enkulu ukuthi ngegazi lalamaqhawe abawabulala ababethi ke bathathe yonke imicabango yabo nembono yabo okhe kwalelizwe nokuselwa kwalelizwe. Kodwa ke esikubekayo phambili ukuthi ukuguqulwa kwesimo sozomnotho kakhulukazi inguquko ezinqala angeke isakwazi ukuhlehliswa ngoba kufanele zenzeke manje ngoba isimo esikhona somnotho siyakhombisa ukuthi abantu bakithi bashiyeke ebubheni. It is therefore befitting that in the year of decisive action to advance the people's interest, we invite you all councillors, management, staff, business sector, engines to rebuild our city. To achieve this noble goal, we need to have leaders who are selfless, humble, courageous, visionary, and ethical. We are happy, Honorable Speaker, that in our midst, we have leaders who embody these qualities of leadership. Honorable Speaker, we can proudly say that there is stability and unity of purpose in our municipality, despite the different political persuasions that we have, and also taking note of those councillors within the municipality who always raise and portray a negative impact and image about our municipality. They appear on television, on radio, on newspapers on daily basis, saying that the city is collapsing while the city is rebuilding itself. This has been confirmed by the recent assessment by COGTA, which indicated that the municipality is functional and financially viable. In addition, Auditor General gave the municipality an unqualified audit report for 5 years in succession. Sithike thina likhona uzinzo kulo masipala, kodwa siyazazi izinkinga ezikhona, kodwa izinkinga zenzi ukuthi kuthiwa umasipala awusakwazi ukusebenza. Uyasebenza ukwedlula abanye umasipala abaningi. Lolo zinzo lokubhekela nanokuthi uyabona lo masipala wona umasipala ofana nabanye ekulalwa namhlanje ngingazi ukuthi ubani ozovuka ezimeya ngakusasa. While we celebrate these achievements, we are mindful of the challenges that the AG highlighted, which include irregular expenditure in our municipality, Honorable Speaker. We are currently implementing the audit turnaround strategy to address the matters that have been raised by AG with a view of achieving a clean audit, and we are going to achieve that clean audit. It is also important to mention that as a city, we continue to honor our financial obligations with regards to bulk purchases from Eskom and Umgeni Water. Lo masipala ngendlela ostable ngayo kwezezimali awukweleti Eskom, lo masipala awukweleti Umgeni Water, uyaqhubeka nokuhlinzeka abantu bakithi ngezidingo. Despite the current economic climate, we have been able to maintain an AA+ investment grade credit rating with 60 days cash on hand. Sesingabheka ke la kuhlala kuthiwa kubuswa kahle khona ukuthi bame kanjani mase kuza kulokhu somlomo ngoba kuhlala kushiwo kuthiwa kubuswa kahle kodwa simi kahle kakhulu njengomasipala waseThekwini. Honorable Speaker, as we gather here today, we take stock of the uncertainty of the global economic outlook amid financial sector turmoil, high inflation, ongoing effects of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, 3 years of COVID-19, 2021 civil unrest, and the 2022 devastating floods. Closer to home, the rising cost of living, which has been identified by the World Economic Forum, continue to exacerbate poverty, unemployment, and inequalities. Siyakubheka lokhu masibheka umnotho umhlaba wonke ukuthi ke iyasiphazamisa impi eyenzakalayo eRussia naseUkraine ngoba lokhu kuthinta umnotho wethu nathi njengezwe. Kodwa sifuna ukuphawula somlomo ukuthi sidlule egigabeni ezinkulu esithemba ukuthi bambalo masipala ababhekana lengqinamba esibhekane nayo yango 2022 yezikhukhula engakaze ibonakale eminyakeni engaphezulu ka100. Kanti makuza lapha ekhaya kubalekile somlomo sikubeke ukuthi ukunyuka kakhulu kwesimo sokuphila ngenxa yamandla omnotho kwenza ke ukuthi abantu bakithi beqhubeke bezibone behlezi ebubheni bengaqashiwe beyiningi bengaqashiwe futhi nokungalingani kubhebhezeleke phambili. Addressing the ANC local government election manifesto launch in 1995, former state president and struggle icon Dr. Nelson Mandela had this to say, I quote, "The councillors you elect in the local government elections will become the main agents of change in your communities. When you choose your candidates, they should be people you can rely on. They must be people who understand your problems, care about your future, and know how to listen," I close quote. Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today, we are agreeing with Madiba's wise words that as elected public representatives, we must always be ethical, honest, and accessible, but more importantly, capable to collectively rise to the global and domestic socio-economic challenges that confront our society today. Sikusho ke lokhu ngoba kubalekile somlomo ukuthi abantu bakithi bazi ukuthi lamazwi kaMadiba afuna ukuthi ubuholi bube qotho, ubuholi obuzokwazi ukuthi buveze emphakathini mangakwazi ukuthi izinto zenzeke ukuthi isavinjwe yini, kuphinde futhi kube ubuholi okutholakalayo ngoba sinayo inkinga somlomo yamakhansela angatholakali kodwa hayi imajority yamakhansela la eThekwini abantu bayawazi ayatholakala emawadini awo lawa ke anga-African National Congress nesebenzisana nabo. Local government continues to be at the coal face of service delivery. As we mark 29 years of democracy tomorrow, we pride ourselves on having succeeded in transforming the lives of millions of our people by delivering quality basic services like water and electricity. In his address commemorating the 111th anniversary of the African National Congress, President Matamela Ramaphosa urged all government structures to drastically change the way services are rendered, having pronounced 2023 as the year of decisive action. The leadership of eThekwini has committed itself to double the efforts to change the lives of our people for the better. As a result, the head of the administration, our city manager, has been given a clear mandate to ensure that there is consequence management for officials who are abdicating their responsibilities in the municipality. Sitheke ku city manager okuyena holy administration baningi abasebenzi kufanele kubhekwane nabo labo abangawenza umsebenzi ngendlela ngoba bakhona abasebenzi kufanele sisigqaje ngabo sijabule ngemisebenzi emihle abayenzayo njengalaba nje abaklini idolobha lethu sesiyalibona liqalile liyahlanzeka manje. To this end, we have urgently embarked on a process to review the performance of all service delivery units within our municipality. For example, in one of the key service delivery units, Durban Cleansing and Solid Waste Management, CSW, we have appointed a new acting head who has brought a renewed focus in that department. This came after concerns about the poor state of waste management in our municipality. The renewed focus at CSW is a clear demonstration that we fully understand the responsibility of living up to our constitutional mandate to promote a safe and healthy environment through the provision of quality basic services. Similarly, we have introduced reforms in our supply chain management processes to accelerate service delivery. We have done this to ensure that this key enabler to service delivery unlocks progress instead of hindering it. Siyafisa ukuyigcizelela lesomlomo ukuthi masikhuluma ngokukhishwa kwamathenda ngaphakathi emkhandluni wethu sifisa kube nenguquko ezinqala zokuthi sikwazi abantu ukuyidlulisela idingo ukubona ngendlela ekulindeleke ngayo nangesikhathi beyithola idingo zabo ngesikhathi. Ingakho ke siqinisekisa ukuthi sifuna ukuthi SCM wethu ushintshwe ukwazi ukuthi ubhekane nezingqinamba ezikhona kodwa futhi ukwazi ukusinikeza inqubekela phambili kungabi yiwo ovimba intuthuko yabantu bakithi. Lokhu ke kufaka phakathi njengoba sazi ukuthi kunezikhala eziningi somlomo esikhulume ngo-SSS ukuthi abaningi bethu abasemalokishini kakhulukazi naseyindaweni ezisemakhaya bakhala ngokuthi SSS awukho accessible. Ngakho ke sithatha isinqumo sokuthi noma i-applywa as a system ngoba kufanele sicomply njengabo bonke omasipala kodwa sizobe silisebenzisa nolunye uhlelo ebesilisebenzisa lokuthi labo abangakwazi ukungena ku-SSS bekwazi ukubengene through ama-emails abazinikezwe wona ukuthi bekwazi ukufaka izicelo zabo ukuthi nabo beparticipate ngoba phela section 217 of the constitution uthi kufanele kube ne-fairness and the just distribution of our wealth. In this regard, we must swiftly address the question of grants that are being withdrawn by the national government. We want to place it on record that as the city, we have been spending the urban settlement development grant pool for the past 5 years. Honorable councillors, the period since the dawn of our democracy has been characterized by radical efforts to transform our society. Chief among them was the dismantling of the Group Areas Act, which gave effect to the apartheid spatial development planning that was to the detriment of the majority of our residents and Africans in particular. Sifusa ke ukubeka ukuthi kakhulukazi inguquko lezi zinqala zomnotho kufanele zikwazi ukuguqula lolu hlelo lo-Group Areas Act olwenza ukuthi abantu bakithi lwaze lwaqedwa ngoba lwalubandlulula abantu bakithi lobabeke ey'ndaweni ezingenawo umnotho indlela intuthuko yethu yayiplanwe ngayo. Yingakho thina sithola singale kude ematsheni mase kuba khona abasendaweni enomnotho. Yingakho ke kwakuthiwa kuyofanele-ke abantu behlupheke kuze kufike leso sikhathi sokuthi bezibone ukuthi ababalulekile kunabanye abantu. Honorable Speaker, we are talking about the period where the majority of our residents were deliberately excluded from accessing basic services. Abantu bakithi babengahlinzekelwe ngezidingo. This was a clear violation of human rights by the Nationalist Party regime, as confirmed by the United Nations, which declared that apartheid, many more, the country's largest labor federation movement, COSATU, was also founded right here in Durban at Carisfontein. To further illustrate, Honorable Speaker, eThekwini's central role in the government of this country, 3 years ago, His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa launched the government's new service delivery approach in KwaMashu. The district development model seeks to streamline service delivery by bringing together all spheres of government, including